Hi guys, thank you to my patrons for your support, watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting on my videos. There's many ways to support this channel if you want to be a patron of the arts. You can shop at my Amazon shop or leave a tip in the tip jar. The description box has that little link for you. Or there's an Amazon wish list if you want to see me use something on the channel or try a new product. You can always send that to me. Or follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, pretty much anywhere on social media. I'm Heather Mader Art. So thanks so much for that. Now this is the paper you guys have been asking about. It's PACON, black plastic art sheets, and there's a link below to my Amazon shop where you can buy these. This is an 11 by 17 sheet. Now, the colors used, there's only 3 colors today, but the one I want to talk about is the Marabu Rainbow ink. It is amazing. Watch the sizzle on this ink. No, that is not enhanced. That is literally what the ink looks like under normal lights. I first learned about the Marabu Rainbow inks from Miriam's Nature. You should check out her channel. The link is below in the description box. Video number 128 on her channel is where she goes over the Marabu inks, and she is awesome at product reviews. So she does a really great in-depth product review. If you haven't seen her channel, you should check it out. And this rainbow ink is something special. It's stunning to play with. It was fun the whole time. I just felt like I was mesmerized by it. It was amazing. It doesn't quite move the same as other inks. It's definitely different than your typical Ranger ink or even Pinata ink. They don't spread as easily. And what I noticed is they also, they can't be reactivated. That's the best way I can describe it. They're not reactivated as well as, like other inks, you can kind of reactivate them with more alcohol, and these ones kind of stay put once you put them down. So I added pitch black in the center here. You can see I just made my little flower ring on the craft paper. And then I dried it completely. I used a blow dryer on a low heat setting. This paper will buckle if you use too much heat, so I had to keep backing off. Don't use too much heat on this paper. It's not designed for it. So that's just plain 99% isopropyl alcohol and the airbrush. And my plan is to feather a little bit of that black into the rainbow ink. Now, the thing about, like I said, the Marabu inks, they don't really reactivate very well. So the pitch black is not melding as much as I had hoped, and certainly not as much as some other inks. So I go ahead and decide to add some actual black to get some of those effects. It's, a risk when you just take black and add it over something that's beautiful already. So I definitely was a little concerned about the outcome. But then, as I kept playing with this, something magical happened, and this is why you need to play around with your art supplies, you guys. So this is my magical one right here. I put my drop, and then I put my alcohol, and I drew it out. I used my airbrush to blow, and then boom, look. The black surrounded the rainbow ink, and the rainbow ink came through the center. So I tried to do it again. So what I did is I shaped the flower with the black with the airbrush, and then I just put more air right in the center. So now I'm focusing on doing that all the way around. So the alcohol, the rainbow ink is showing through the black, and it's creating this amazing depth, this beautiful depth. So now I'm going to go back with the rainbow inks and kind of correct. There's some spaces there. See those big black spaces? So now I'm just gonna go with the rainbow ink and start correcting. You see the motion I'm using with my airbrush here. It's kind of a long stroking motion. Now the thing about these inks, they dry really, really quickly. I'm not using any extra alcohol with the rainbow ink, and it does dry really fast, so you have to be prepared to move quickly. So I'm just going around and around. Now mostly the color that's showing up right here is blue. I put a big huge drop there to try to cover up that big huge black part, but mostly what you're seeing is blue here. That's what I was talking about. But I'm going to show you in a bit the magical part, aside from the amazing sizzling, sparkling fairy dust that seems to be this rainbow ink. I'm going to show you the quality it has is kind of like a color shift paint. So it's really, really, really fun to work with, you guys. If you do decide to order this, I'll put it in my Amazon shop. You should order more than one bottle. You will want it. You'll wish you had more than one. I think I used half a bottle on this painting. So now I'm going back and just putting some little tiny, I'm using some little tiny petals there to add some depth around the center. All this layering I'm doing is part of what gives the illusion of depth and why they look so 3D. But now I need to make the actual shape for the center of the flower, which is kind of a half circle. I don't want it to be totally perfect. I leave this one wet this time, so in hopes that that black will draw into the petals more. And I think it does work pretty good that way, so I was pretty happy. The little ball, stainless steel ball inside of the Marabu ink, it does keep getting stuck in the cap, so that is one thing you have to kind of tap the bottle on the bottom to get it to come out of there if that happens to you. Now I promised you I would show you all the colors on this flower, you guys. It is ridiculous. Look. That's just from a different angle, y'all. That's just from a different angle. So my camera is overhead, so you just see blue, but I was seeing all these colors the whole time. Isn't that amazing? So when they say rainbow ink, that's why they call it rainbow ink. It's absolutely stunningly rainbowy. It has all the beautiful iridescent colors, just like a color shift paint would have. So now all I'm using is white, you guys. I'm just using a little dotting tool and white, and I'm dipping my white into the alcohol, or I'm dipping my dotting tool into the white snow cap and then just dotting it, and that's all I'm doing. I'm trying to create a little depth here with that. Then I pull out the paintbrush. I just got a paintbrush with a really thin little tip on it, and now I'm just using some of the pitch black, and I just decided I just want a little bit more darkness right at the very, very, very base. But I don't want to blow any more ink because, as you can see, it's starting to get opaque looking right around the center, and that's because I've done all those layers. So I think I'm just going to pull a little bit of this ink into the petals with a brush and try to give a little bit of, I don't know, just a little bit of interest around the center there. Then I started getting kind of bold, making some longer strokes, and I added a little bit more black in for a little realistic look here. Then I added a little bit more white after the ink had dried, just for some contrast. I'm just looking for contrast here. Now, I decided to take some ink and feather out those severe lines, and that did work. I'm sorry, I said ink, but I meant alcohol. That's just plain alcohol right there, and I'm just trying to soften and feather those black lines, and it really worked well because that's just pitch black ink. It's not the Marabu ink, and so it does reactivate, as I was talking about earlier. And I'm definitely going to play more around with the paintbrush next time. So here is the beautiful results, you guys. Now my other flower sold, but I will be selling prints very shortly of it if you liked it. And this flower is available as of right now. So 11 by 17. And it's so gorgeous. Remember what it looked like before the center. I actually like this look too. It was hard to know if I should add a center in there or not. But there it is with the center. I just think it's so pretty. Now stay tuned to my channel, you guys, where the next video will have alcohol ink on a textured canvas. So inks on canvas, where I'll make a beautiful flower just for you. And as always, I can't wait to make more videos just for you guys. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, and as always, have a blessed day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit all notifications so I can make more art videos just for you.